Unyozi Jesus. He feeds the gods with agege bread and melinda drink. He goes home and feeds his family with the rams of these wretched souls. He covers their body with dust and powder. He covers our eyes with his display of Iberiberism. He is, after all, Unyozi Jesus of Mbo. Oh, on a serious note, I cried watching this. For so long, I've made fun of the joke that this man has been. I've considered his antics mere entertainment. But today, something struck me. I just realized that it is much more than entertainment. While some of us are laughing at his foolishness, many more of us are trapped under his spell. Yes, there are many of us with compromised emotional intelligence. Many of us do not have the courage to be strong in the face of hardship. These are our brothers and sisters. These are our children that we are unintentionally feeding to this hyena. And there are many like him all around us. If you learn something from him, it is that there are always 5% of people who will buy whatever it is that you are selling. 5%. And 5% is a lot of people. We owe it to our society to save them from themselves. If there is anything that COVID-19 has taught the world, it is that if we allow 5% of any population to be infected by a disease or by stupidity, we will all pay the price. The stupidity that we allow to blossom will eventually sweep us off our ivory towers. The perfect resident.
Hello, welcome to another edition of your show. Have your say. 247. My name is Rudolf Okonkwo. Today we are going to talk about the current events happening in Nigeria. You are going to talk about it. I'm inviting you to join me. This is your show. It's an opportunity for you to talk back and let us hear what you are thinking about, what's keeping you up at night. Just to help us have a structure of the show, we decided to pick a topic for today about life abroad. I know that most of our people in Africa are asleep at this point, but if you're awake, we enjoy you and we hope that you join us and join our conversation. But we want to, at some point today, talk about life abroad. What is it like? How is it for you? How has it treated you? And I will really like to have honest people tell us what they feel. And already I have people joining me, and we are going to bring them up immediately and have a conversation. Now, we want people to know that our studio can only take 10 people at a time. So please, when you come in and you join the conversation, if you talk a little bit, we may have to ask you to leave so that other people will have opportunity to join us. So without wasting much time, because we have about an hour, I have seen some of my favorite people in the studio. So let me bring them up and have they join us. All right. Asampete. Hello, Miley. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, good, good. It's nice to have you join us.
I'm happy to join.
Okay, tell us where you are joining us from, and then start from there.
Baldwin, Long Island, New York.
Long Island, New York. Okay, okay. So you are the first female audience member to join this show. So we have to give you something. By the end of the show, we figure out what to give you for being the first. We've been waiting now. We didn't want to announce it to see who will be the first person that will join us. But thank you so much for joining us. So the topic we want to talk about, especially with people who live abroad, is how do you say that if you are asked, I don't know how long you've been here in America, but how did life abroad, how did it treat you since you came?
Well, so far it's been very good. I'm not
Very,
gonna lie.
very good.
It's been very good. So it has not been bad.
Okay.
Yeah, for me personally, I came over. My daddy sent me here to go to school,
Okay.
and from there, I decided to stay.
Okay.
Got married, have my kids. So far it's been good for me.
Now, is there anything you miss at home?
Oh
Being
yes,
here?
yes. I miss the food. I miss my family.
Yeah, we want to know from people if you had the chance or the power to bring everybody from your family to America, will you do that?
Of course, I will.
Why? Wouldn't that mean that home is finished? If everybody is here. Oh, you are muted. Hold on, Omaele. Hold on. Okay, Omaele, you have to unmute yourself. Omaele, we can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself. I think you muted yourself. I don't know how. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Hello?
Okay, now you can hear you. Okay, go ahead. Oh, you did it again. Okay, good. We can hear you.
But I can't hear you.
Oh, you should be able to.
Because a call came in. That's why.
Okay. Maybe that's why. But we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh.
We can hear you. Oh, you
I
can't
don't
hear
know
me.
what to do.
All right.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
You can't hear me. Okay, try to join again.
Go out and come back in.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
If you can't hear me, yeah. All right. So that's an interesting topic for today. I know we are always talking about politics and all those things about home, but today we are thinking that probably most of our people are home, sleep. But if you are joining us from home, tell us about what you think about people who live abroad. We want to hear that. But for others who are here, we want to hear what you how life is for you. Do you have kids in America or in England or in wherever you are in Singapore? Do you think about them and whether they will ever go home? All right, let's welcome back Omayele. Omayele, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So we're talking about how it's been for you, the journey, the life abroad. So what do you have to say? Do you, for instance, have kids here, and are they going to go back home? If not, are you worried about that?
No, I'm not. Because I don't have anything to offer them back home.
Okay, so this is it. This is it for you.
For me, yes.
This is home now.
Yeah, home. This is home. Nigeria is my vacation.
now, but don't you think that Nigeria is missing you, or what you will have contributed to that society?
Well, if they give me the chance, yes, but it's
You can
very
go.
hard because
You can.
we tried, it didn't work.
Well, what did you try?
We tried to start a business, it didn't work.
Why didn't it work? Yeah,
because these policies change every
Okay.
day. They are changing their policy overnight, and then the exchange rate is not stable at all. So it's very difficult
to plan.
Having a business in Nigeria or building something. There's no electricity. There's no water. It's very difficult. So to do.
So what now let me ask you, this is a question that they always ask us about life in abroad. Have you been to Nigerian embassy or Nigerian High Commission or consulate in New York? How was the treatment?
When I went 2015, my sister was still working there, so I got a good treatment.
So that doesn't count.
But the last time I went was 2015. But when my husband went last year, he was treated very well.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
So,
it's good
yeah,
to hear.
last year.
You said last year?
Yeah, 2021, when he went, to submit his papers for his passport, even though there was no passport.
Yeah,
but he was treated well.
Good.
He really praised them. They've changed.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that because we don't want to hear bad news all the time. If there is
no, he has good. Yeah.
Okay. What about the environment there? People complain that sometimes they go to their embassies abroad and they go to the bathroom. There is no paper towel. There is no.
The last time I personally went was 2015, so I can't really tell you. How the bathroom was.
Now, there's somebody who wrote here. I think he or she, Chidebere. Okay, wrote, "I am in Nigeria now, but I'd rather be a slave in the US than to be free here in Nigeria."
You see?
Do you agree? Because sometimes abroad is sold to the world or people at home that this is a wonderful place where everything is easy. Has it been easy for you?
For me, I'm not. It has not been difficult, but not easy. But it
Easy,
has not
easy.
been difficult.
Difficult.
My story is different compared to what other people have
Other people.
experienced.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what do you tell people who think or who say that it's easy, that life is easy abroad? What do you
No, I
say to
always
them?
tell them if you're coming abroad, you have to be ready to work very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very hard. There's nobody you to depend on. You have to be very independent and work very hard 24/7. Actually, I tell them. But they don't believe you until they come here
Until they come
anyway.
here. Mm-hmm. Now, what about friends you had when you were in Nigeria? How do you relate to them? How do you connect?
People that have left for a very long time, I don't think we think the same way. It's very difficult for them to understand where I'm coming from. And when I'm trying to, like, if I go home and, you see things that you're trying to explain to them, they don't understand your level. The level is really different. They don't see your point. What you are trying to say. They stick to their own thinking, especially when it comes to religion. Oh my God.
All right. Omaili, stay with us. Let's go to Alstino. I think he's at work, but this is very important to him. He must have something important to tell us. We'll come back to you. Alstino.
Yes, man.
Yeah. So you see the topic we're talking about today. I know you like it. Can you tell us? I remember because Alstino is my man. I remember when you came to America, you told me that you were going to
Hold on one second.
You told me you will return in a short time, like five years. You are back in Nigeria. You don't have anything to do. It's been more than 10 years. Outside of what happened? What happened?
My brother, it's not the way if somebody had told me earlier in life that it's gonna be like this, I wouldn't but the question is, if I had known, would I still have come?
Good
That's
point.
the question. Yes, I would
Yes.
say yes.
Yes.
But maybe I will come with a different
Attitude.
not a different mindset or a different game plan. To say.
What will be different? Because there are people who are planning to come now. What will be the difference in your game plan?
Say that again.
What difference will you have come with? The different game plan you will have come with, because there are people who are watching who might be planning to come.
One thing I have to tell them, look, let me tell you something. If you are doing well in Nigeria, you don't have any reason coming to America. Just gonna let you know the way it is. If you are, what I mean by doing well, if you have a roof over your head, if you are eating 3 square meal, those just the basic things. You don't have any reason to come to America. Over here, man, you can see that I'm at work right now. and this is how it goes, like every single day. Some days 16 hours straight. And you're standing on your feet. This is no joke, man. This is no joke. And if you don't do it this way, you're gonna have serious problems. Over here, you cannot go to the landlord and say, "Excuse me, landlord, can I pay you next week?" It doesn't happen over here. When your rent is due, you gotta pay your rent. When and as it, if you don't pay your rent, man, they're gonna throw you outside, man. No joke.
Now, let me ask you. You said this. If you have the chance to bring everybody, all your family members to America, will you do that?
If I have the chance, yeah, I will, so that they can come and witness what I'm witnessing here right now. Because from all indications, they don't understand what's going on. You can muzzle up all your effort and send money to them, and they continue to complain that it's not enough. Hello, what is not enough? Did I tell you that I'm gonna, pay your son's school fees, pay your rent, feed you? I have my own family to take care of.
Okay.
So I mean, if I have a chance, I will bring all of them so that they can come and see, just test a little bit of what we are going through here. and everybody, you know, for them to sustain themselves, you know.
Now, let me, I know you're at work and you may need to go. What about your children? You know, do you think about them in terms of, I don't know how many times they visited home? Do you think, are you going to retire here? And if are they going to come back with you if you go back home? You know, those questions. Do you think about these things?
Well, that's another
level.
Another topic for another day, because you know, my brother, it's not easy. Most of the time you worry about some of these things. Yeah. I mean, take for instance, in my own case, my kids have not visited home. I've been planning. And you know, it's not easy, right? Just make a rough calculation of it. I have 4 kids, right? And then the flight ticket is gonna be within 1,500. So if I have to take everybody home at the same time, that's gonna run you into roughly $10,000-$15,000. You know, just to go and visit for 2 weeks. You know, because most of the time you don't have more than 2 weeks, if you know what I mean. Except, you know, the way I'm trying to do right now, this is summer. They might be in long-term vacation. So I'm trying to see if I can use this opportunity and rally everybody home and maybe stay for 1 month. Meanwhile, I might have to come back because I don't think I can afford to stay out of America more than 2 weeks. It might not be easy. You know, you can do that, but once you come back, the bills are waiting for you. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna tell your landlord to hold on that you went on a vacation? You know, these are the dynamics of these things. It's not easy, my brother. I must tell you, it's not easy.
Go ahead.
But the issue of it's a very dicey issue, because you know that, okay, now there's no way my son Onyedika will ever go to Nigeria and say, okay, I'm gonna live in Nigeria. So that one, forget about it. Forget about that one.
So that means that your lineage is over now in Nigeria. When they say
for me,
on this day they had Ostino and then he went to America. The line ends.
Well, the thing is this, okay, there are certain things, you know, I might not be able to disclose right now to you. I might not be able to disclose certain things to you right now. But definitely for me, I'm going back home. I don't have much time anymore. In the next 10 years, I'm out of this place.
Wow, that's so...
Yes. And, you know, I need to go and commune with my people. I told my people, if I die, please don't ever bury me here. Bury me back home. But make sure you take me back home.
We are going to talk about that. Stand by. Even if you have to tell them to find another staff. Let me go to Ifeoma is joining us from Michigan. These are my people. You know, I'm so happy. It's like I'm talking to my family. Let's go to Ifeoma. I'll sign a standby. Okay, we'll come back to you. Hello, Ifeoma. How are you? Ifeoma, can you hear us? Oh, can you unmute yourself? Okay, while she's doing that, Osino, you let me come back to your later. It's about being buried, where you are going to be buried. It appears as if it's a major concern for Africans abroad, Nigerians, or maybe Igbo people. Some other people may not care much. What do you think about that? Does it matter where?
It doesn't matter. Anywhere I die, bury me there.
But I know somebody who said to me that he doesn't want to open his eyes after the burial and see snow and see that he wants to be with his grandfather, the place he was born. Do you worry about what you see when?
No.
Osino, why are you worried?
Well, it's really necessary that I have to go and commune with my people. I don't want to get up, from the way it is in life is the way it is in spiritual world also. Maybe they call a meeting. Some have a spiritual world, and then
you see,
and then they cannot understand me. It would be like, man, you got accent, man. Where you from? So what I'm experiencing in this life, I don't want to experience it again when I go to the
life to come. So does it mean, I'm assuming that you're a Christian or something, you believe in life to come in the paradise? You think the paradise is going to look like here?
The Bible already told you that. The Bible tells you that the way it is in heaven is the way it is over here. So what other explanation do you need? It's the same thing. The way it's done in heaven is the way it's gonna be. The way we're gonna be doing it over here. You know. But the only thing is this. You know, I would prefer to be buried back home. And just like I already told them, I said, you know, after all these things, just put the inscription you have to put on my tombstone is the man that tried.
The man tried. All right. Osino, stand by. Let's try Ifeoma again and see if we can get Ifeoma to join us. Ifeoma, welcome to the show.
Oh,
Ifeoma, can you hear us? I don't think Ifeoma can hear us. Okay, we'll try again. I don't know what's going on with her system. So, Osino, the man that tried. Now, what about this? It's a serious question. Your children may want to be able to go to the to where you are buried to remember you, but you are carried but you've been taken down to Nigeria. What do you want them to do? Just like every other the kids, their colleagues here, when the anniversary of their parents' death, they go to the cemetery and put a flower for you. They can't go to Africa and put a flower for you every year. Well, you don't need it.
Well, that's why I'm giving them this opportunity to be able to visit home.
Yeah.
I will continue to try to take them home so that they have that option. Maybe let's say along the line, they want to, go back home. They have that opportunity. They already, you already know what is going on back home. It's better to do that instead of leaving them in the cold. They don't know what's going on back home, and maybe the day you die, they're gonna stay only one day. All they do is call their friends. Hey, my pops is dead. I'm gonna be in Nigeria for one day, and that's it. And they will be back home.
And if the pastor is wasting time, they'll just tell the pastor, we gotta catch a flight.
Yeah, we gotta catch a plane, man. I need to get out of here, man. I'm sorry, man.
All the best. All right, Osino, let's get other people involved. There are many people who are trying to join us. Hey, Mr. Kennedy, how are you?
Hey, I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Good. So where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Preston, Lancashire, in England.
England. Okay, so you're one of those abroad. Nice. So you tell us how it's been for you, life abroad.
All right, lest I forget, you owe me a phone call to discuss the Igbo apprenticeship system.
Oh, yeah, Kennedy. Yeah, Kennedy. See, I'm always on air somewhere. Okay, we'll talk later off air. Okay, go ahead. So right. How is it for you?
It's been a bit of a mixed bag, if I'm completely honest, okay? But altogether, I'd say it's been the best. It's the best decision I've ever taken in my life, to move over here.
Yeah. Why is it the best? You mean that you couldn't have achieved your potential in Nigeria if you had stayed?
Well, I'd love to say I achieved my potential in Nigeria, but at the time when I left Nigeria, I believed it was that was the right time for me to leave Nigeria to start a different life altogether, if you get what I mean. Now, because I wasn't born into a rich family, but I was a lecturer at 24.
Okay.
Had my own number of businesses. They were quite successful. And so I'd love to think I achieved my potentials. And I did mention that not to reel out my CV, but why did I become a lecturer in the first place in Nigeria? Because I believed I had something to to impart onto the next people, and all of that business. Now, why did I leave that job? I actually resigned as a junior lecturer. Why? Because I found that the system was rigged. Now I understand that the system is rigged everywhere in the world. But why did I leave? I left because I joined a system that I believed I'll be able to contribute, and help to make a change. Now, but I was working under a senior lecturer, who would make me to do things that I wouldn't want to do, if you get what I mean. And when I insist that I wouldn't do such things, it'd be like, okay, so pastor, we want to do our business, so you go leave the room. So I was working with a lecturer who would ask me to victimize a female student because he wants to have sex with the student. So I tried. I could reporting to the HOD, reporting to even to the VC, and nothing was done about it. So it got to a point where I had to, pull the plug and make the call. There is absolutely no way I can change the system. So I gotta leave now because I seen what happened to people who try to push as much as I did. I saw what happened to them. I thought to myself, you know what, it's not worth it. If you get what I mean, it's not worth it. I made the students realize, what was going on, and then I left. So coming here, I thought it was a different opportunity for me to have a different life, if you get what I mean. So and it's been worth it for me. It's not been a walk in the park. It's not like most people think it. And a lot of my family back in Nigeria, my cousins and all, they still believe that I wake up in the morning, open the door, and then plug money from the streets of the UK. But it's not that way. But it's certainly, it's the difference is night and day, between here and Nigeria.
All right, I'll come back to you, Mr. Kennedy. I want to know, when I come back to you, I want to know, do you feel that because you left that system, that it became worse than it was when you were there? But let me go to soon. Hold on. Do I still have you? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Sunkami, how are you?
Yeah, very well. Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, nice to have you.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I just could not but join the conversation. Such a very relevant topic.
Thank you. Thank you. What is your take? Where are you first? Give us an idea where you are in the world.
Well, I live in southeast of England.
England. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, mixed feelings. I haven't come to the UK just about 3 years ago.
Oh, you're a baby. You're a baby.
I am a baby compared to all of
So give us yeah, because it's important to know for people who just came, because it's different. Nigeria was a bit better when most of us left, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, sincerely, it's a stark reality. So I am a nurse.
Did you school in the UK or you were in Nigeria?
No, I wasn't rich enough to school in the UK.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right.
I mean, it was not going to be fair to ask my father to sell his inherited property.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, very huge difference. What brought me here, of course, like some of those that rose from the street, like I did, was the need to make ends meet and make ends meet in a good way. Sort out mother, sort out father, and because far back in Nigeria, despite the fact that I was about in my career band, I was about at the top. But what I was earning was not going to be enough to go beyond my immediate family, and I would imagine I would see younger ones come and I just do like this for them at the end of the month, so I felt this should not continue. I mean, I was just going to be a show boy firstborn, so I said, let's go and try out England. Sincerely, when I was coming, I said, yeah, I'm just going to do it 2 years and then make establishments back home and go home. But in hindsight now, that was a gross miscalculation.
No. I like, because we want to get more people involved, I want to kind of move it a little bit further. Now, do you feel that, you left a profession that is needed at home, just like most of us, and that it's a loss for the country living, and we need nurses, and you are there in England? Do you feel guilty anyway?
Rudolf,
Yeah.
I don't feel guilty. At all. Yeah, it's a loss. I mean, because it's not just me. There are tens of, I mean, hundreds of us since I migrated. And now imagine those that had been before I came. It's a loss to the nation, to Nigeria, but it's again to us, because I'm not going to, under the name of patriotism, because that patriotism is not going to put food on my table. I am patriotic. I love Nigeria. In fact, I miss it. but you know, some things are not just right. My goodness, I mean, the conditions of practice is very deplorable. Take for instance, I went back home around 2020, just before the pandemic, you know, hit hard. And I just felt, oh, let me just go and make some contributions to the hospitals around me, you know, the federal hospitals around me. I could not stay for up to 2 hours because within that 2 hours, you know, within about 1.5 hours, I was already, you know, building up enemies. Because here is somebody that needed oxygen urgently. Where is this oxygen? What can we do? You know, they told me that somebody had to go and, you know, the key is with somebody. He has to open and bring the oxygen out. And when I took a decision to get to the person's office myself, guess what? He's gone. He's gone to meet his wife at home, you know, during office hours. So all of these things gave me shock, and I said, "My goodness! I mean, coming back home to practice is just no go area,
Out of the question.
just out of the question."
Okay. Okay, hold on. Stay with us because this is a very interesting topic in terms of when you go home and try to practice whatever career you have abroad. You see the difference. Kennedy, let me come back to you. I'm trying to find out. So you've been out of the country for a while. Some people can't fit in at home even if they decide to go back home. So what is left? Are you going to spend the rest of your life in the UK? Are you going to retire in the UK? Are you seeing yourself in a nursing home in the UK? What do you imagine that will happen? Because it's reality in Norway. That's the next level.
Rudolph. Okay,
Yeah.
Let's begin. I think when I first tuned in, you were asking the lady Omayele, you were asking her about home. Now, this is my take. I'm going to start from there. Home is where you are safe. That's my philosophy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I was never a Nigerian. I happened to be born in that place. If you ask me my identity, I am an Igbo man, Oni Igbo Kambo. Okay. So, and as an Igbo person, I could exist anywhere in the world as a Biafran. It's not it's a state of mind for me. It's not a place, and it's not a tag, as it were. It's qualities, the qualities and the characteristics of me, a Biafran. So wherever I am and I find myself, if I see anyone who has similar characteristics, that's my brother, that's my family. And home is where I feel safe. Now, I said this to my wife a lot of times. Put it this way. I had a campaign, I moved the campaign for 18 months against, all these criminal pastors in Nigeria. Currently, as we speak, I have 5 death threats. Okay.
From where?
3 is from David Oyedepo's criminal assembly. 1 is from what do you call him? What do you call this man? He's a son that wants to kill the on-air personality. I recorded the call with him. I got that one. I got it recorded. And the number of other bishops, they said that if I ever set foot in Nigeria, that I'm a dead person.
All right, that's a different. That's a wonderful. I really, yeah.
That's not home for me. Home is here.
Yeah.
Now,
okay.
I feel safe here.
Okay.
So if there's anything left, the only thing that is left there are the people who I identify with as people that I love, and they love me back now because that's family for me. Family, it's not just the blood I carry, it's who I love and who loves me back. I still have a few of them back in Nigeria, and as much as I can, I bring them over here from time to time to visit.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, hold on. Let me go to Omayele. There's something I don't think I asked him. I asked her, sorry, Omayele. So Omayele, let's talk about retirement. What is your plan for retirement? I don't mean retirement like, I'm talking about retirement at the age of 80, 90, when I want to hear what your plan is. Are you going to move in with your kids? Are you going to stay on your own? Because we see the reality about life here, it's long life, extended lifestyle. People are likely going to be up to 80, 90. Are you prepared for that?
Yes, I am.
How are you prepared for that?
I'm praying for good health.
Good health, yes. Yes.
So I can be independent and stay with my hobby.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But just in case that we hope for that, everybody. But
Yeah.
if that doesn't happen, because that's what people tell me. I ask them, why are you worried about being old in America or in England or in wherever in the Western world? And they always say something about the final stages in life where we know the kids born here, we move away and live their lives most likely. So
Well, I'm hoping with the love I shower to my children, if I get to the point that I can't really help myself, I'm hoping they can take me in.
Good, very good, very good.
To a nursing home, they
Yeah.
will provide for me based on my financial capacity, because I'm going to have my 401k, I'm going to have my pension, I'm going to have my social security. So financially, I won't be a burden to them. So
Good.
like give me a room and have somebody to take care of me.
Wow, that's good. That's good. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that because if you say this to a typical Nigerian, they say, "God forbid, it's not my portion." but you have to plan for whatever could happen.
Absolutely.
You have to plan for that. I can ask you soon. I can ask you about retirement. You just came. You have no idea what's going on. Let me go to somebody who just joined us. I can't pronounce the name. Can you help me?
Benignos.
Benignos. Okay. Thank you for joining
Dr.
us.
Damages.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for joining us. Where are you joining us from?
Actually, I'm joining from Hamburg in Germany.
Oh, we're everywhere. Like, who is at home? Who is at home? Sometimes I wonder who is at home and where can't you see a Nigerian? All right, good. You tell us how life is over there. How is it like in Germany?
No, actually, I mean, in Germany, everything's really going well here because I live in Italy. I live in Milan because I'm studying there. I just moved here for Erasmus program in
Okay.
Germany. I don't know if you know what Erasmus is.
No, I don't think so.
It's an exchange program within the European country for students, actually, because I'm doing my master's at the University of Milan.
What are you studying?
Italy. I study diplomacy, international relations.
Oh, so you can solve the Ukraine and the Russian thing.
Anyway, it's part of our topic. I mean, it's the mainstream. It's the mainstream for us at the moment. I mean, it's also part of our empirical experiment to what we are actually heading for. And actually, I just moved here for my master thesis and also for internship. Actually, I'm doing it in Geneva. In fact, I'll be moving to Geneva next month for my internship at the UN because I got an internship at the United Nations. So,
okay, now, how long have you been outside of Nigeria?
Actually, it has been a while now. I moved to Italy in 2015.
Okay, and that you call that a while? Okay, no problem, no problem. So do you miss home and the people you left at home?
A lot. Honestly, I really missed home a lot. A lot.
Are you planning to go back?
I do have a plan to go back, but not with the current state of situation in Nigeria. I don't think it's really a very good idea. In fact, I was following this discussion earlier, Ron, about if thinking of moving my family. Of course, I've thought about that if I have the possibility, because I'm still yet to, obtain a citizenship. Here, in fact, I'm hoping if that is possible to get that. Also, it's more easy to have your family, invite your family, because things are really much better here in terms of health system. And also, I have a very serious situation in the family because I left Nigeria even after I lost my both parents in a younger age. My mom died when I was 12 years old. And my dad died 6 years after, so I lost both parents. So I only have my siblings left. We all struggle. In fact, I remember I was once a hawker in Nigeria, hawking on the street even as a primary school student.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've got a question for him. If
okay, Kennedy has a question for you. Kennedy, go ahead.
Benny goes, Nice to know.
Benignos is a Latin name. Benignos.
Right,
Benignos.
Benignos. I heard you mention that you have an internship with United Nations, and it sounds to me that you're quite passionate about what you're doing and all of that business. Could I ask you, what's your take on international diplomacy as it stands today, and the United Nations as an organization?
That's very interesting.
The show has been taken over by Kennedy. All right, Benignos, answer the question.
I mean, it's a very difficult topic. Also, it's also part of my master thesis. I did also a bachelor thesis. Actually, I'm so much interested about the political socio-economic structure in Africa, not only in Nigeria, but in Africa as a whole. And I started also doing my bachelor. Actually, I was once a seminary. I have to admit this because I was once a Catholic seminary. I did study philosophy and theology. I was in the Franciscan seminary in Nigeria.
I want to know what you think or what you've known about.
I'm gonna tell you that because it's a very
as an organization.
Okay. Kennedy, we have to go back to our topic, but Benignos, 30 seconds. Let's
okay, 30 seconds. Okay. Yeah. So for the international relation, for the UN in particular, I think UN actually is an international organization which is really quite you can compare it with the European Union. It doesn't have a strong power to interfere, especially in sovereign states. So it doesn't, like you see the current situation in Ukraine now. And it's a very critical situation of which, the 5 veto powers you have at the UN seems not to favor also some part of the world, especially Africa in particular. At least China is representing Asia. So even people think, okay, it's promoting democracy, whereas, in my own personal criticism about the UN in particular is the lack of, balancing in terms of inclusivity to especially the African continent is not represented in the 5 veto powers. And at least China represents Asia. Then the rest of them are more Western, and Latin America is also out of the game as well. So this is a particular situation. But my so much interest about international relations is the unequal development between the African country and the Western country. And I have a lot of focus on that. It's also part of my master thesis research. And it's really very interesting topic also that has to do with, in fact, I try to elaborate on this with more the colonial theories and also dependency theory, to work on equal relationship, whether economical, political, and otherwise between African countries and European countries.
All right, Benignos, you passed the exam. I think you should send your final thesis to Kennedy and let him read. Thank you so much. MNK, is it MNK? MNK joining us. I can't read the name very well. How are you? Can you see me? I think he's frozen. All right, let's go. I want to talk about retirement. I really want to talk about people's plan for retirement and the children that people are having abroad. What it means for people. Sometimes we think about a life, comfort that we Osaino came on and talked about the comforts that we enjoy abroad. I'm interested in end of life thoughts. I'm interested in kind of what the country loses because we decided to uproot and go somewhere and make it home. Some of us are the best in our career, the professors, nurses, and people who will have contributed. And then you think about India, a country like India, and China. Part of the advancement in those countries were as a result of people like you and I who moved abroad and decided to go back home and fix it. But if people say that we are not going back home, we are going to stay here and basically be complaining about home, what does that say about the state of the country? Because we just stay here and complain. Let me try to get Ifoma. She's been trying to join us, and let's hear her opinion. Ifoma, welcome.
Rudy. Good evening,
How are you,
everyone?
Yeah, good evening. Nice to see you.
You.
Can you move your screen a little bit so that we see your face? You know, you want to see your beautiful face. And
No, you don't need to see my face.
all right. Yeah, go ahead. So, tell us where you're joining us from and how your journey abroad has been like. Okay, I think you muted yourself again, Informer. We can't hear you. Okay, go ahead. Informer, can you hear us? Okay. All right. We can't hear you, Informer. You muted your phone again. I don't want us to. There's something that we talk about when we talk about America and Michigan. We don't want to go there, but Informer, can you hear? All right. Okay. So we wait again and see if she can fix her audio. We can hear her. Okay. Sunkami, let me come back to you. I know that so when you experienced when you went back to Nigeria and you tried to help out in the hospitals and you experienced that, I know that in every if Kennedy should go back to Nigeria as a former lecturer and he goes to the universities in Nigeria, he will also be shocked about the difference in what is obtainable. So do you feel hopeless? I'm talking to you soon, Tommy. Do you feel hopeless about the situation, or do you think there are things you could do even from here to help fix that place?
Well, so I did raise it. I'll start from there. I raised it with the management. You know, when they have an idea that you were probably outside the country for some time, they seem to give you some listening ears, and you have something like an easy route to the top. So I remember walking up to the medical director in charge of clinical operations, and his words were, it's a systemic failure. There is nothing I can do from my hand. Those were what he said. And that seemed to make me think that it's almost a hopeless situation. I would back it up with somebody's experience. There is a man, I'm not going to mention name for confidentiality purpose. So he was a medical doctor. He's a consultant here. And then he went home to conduct this open heart operation. The open heart operation, by the way, is done once or twice a year in Nigeria, in the federal hospital in Nigeria, in one of the eastern states. And it's what we do every day here in my hospital, by the way. So he then said, okay, let me bring, so that people would not just die unnecessarily for curable illnesses, acute illnesses. So he started to mobilize resources. He brought lots of very rare, scarce, costly materials, and he was, collaborated with one of the hospitals in Nigeria. Well, the end of it was that he had enemies. Some people thought he was taking over their jobs, that he was being, in quote now, too knowledgeable and stepping on authority within the little time he had come to make changes. And what we heard was that on his way to the airport, coming back, he was shot. So that's what we heard, because I was planning, being my area, that the next time he goes for that charity work, I was also going to be one of the teams to follow him. So things like this scare people like me, coupled with some of the enemies that from my own little level, at the level of a registered nurse trying to be a volunteer workforce, be a volunteer staff in a federal hospital in my state. Things like that just get one scared of, and you just think these people, apart from it being a systematic failure, the mentality of our people at home too might also need some tweaking and some reformatting and some working on, because everybody just wants to do this. Let me use the most available opportunity for me to satisfy my only self. And nobody wants, you see, the way we want change in that country is very questionable. It doesn't look like we actually want the real change.
Okay, I have to stop you there. This is what I'm being told, that there are a lot of people who are in the studio and who are locked out because I have the same people on the screen. We have to let people out so that new people can come in. People they want to get involved in the conversation. So I want to round up the people we have. Final, rounding up. Look at Sunkami and his experience in Nigeria as a nurse, looking at the difference in how practices are done. Do you have an experience you can share with us before I let you go? Or have you gone to Nigeria, looked at the medical system and compare it to, and how do you think it can be improved when people, good people like the people I have here are leaving the country, leaving it in the state that it is?
Well, I don't have the basis for comparison because I haven't worked in Nigeria as a nurse or medical field before.
Yeah.
So I only have the experience that I have here, and over here, it's amazing what the medical field, the medical industry is doing over here. It seems like almost that people don't die here. For instance, if they have an accident, for instance, no matter how they, even if the road is blocked, even if there is traffic, you understand, they can still fly you, with helicopter and take you immediately as quickly as possible. And you have a lot of doctors and nurses, responding to you immediately. So, I mean, I'm not sure what is going on in Nigeria, but I don't think when I was in Nigeria, I don't think it was like that. But it's amazing. The medical field here is amazing. They can almost save everybody. I have never felt that there has never been a time that I felt that I was gonna die, even when I was in the hospital. I know that they will take care of me to the best of their abilities. So it's amazing here, and you cannot compare what is going on in Nigeria with what is going on here.
All right, maybe next Wednesday we talk about medical treatment abroad and compare it to what's going on at home, and hopefully some of you in the medical field will join us. I really want to have that conversation, including the training, especially people who were trained at home and people trained abroad. The difference and how do we improve the system. But Osfino, thank you so much. I have to let you go. I appreciate you coming every week, and Sunkami, I will let you go too, so that I'll give other people a chance to join us. Kennedy, I'll come to you for roundup, okay? And then
all right, thank you.
We'll let you go. Thank you so much. Kennedy, so round up for us, then we let you go.
Right. So basically, what can be done?
Yeah.
I'll be very practical with you, okay? When I moved here, I joined the Commonwealth, okay?
Yeah.
I had the oversight of 5 countries, Nigeria being one of them. I had the oversight of Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, and the Gambia.
Yeah.
All right. Of these 5 African countries that I was in, the diaspora coordinator of the Commonwealth Alliance of Young Entrepreneurs across these 5 countries, Nigeria, where I come from, was the only country that the president shunned me. I met with him at the Commonwealth, the heads of government meeting, the CHOGM, in 2018. All his aides made sure I never got in contact with him. We were basically 2 seats away. They made sure I don't meet him. I introduced myself. I met with all the energy ministers. Fashola made sure that I don't see him. So asking me what can be done, there is no hope for Nigeria. Now, when I left the Commonwealth, I resigned from the Commonwealth from that position for a reason. After I was sent to, I went to Malaysia, went to China, and went to Fiji, I came back and I concluded Nigeria is a failed state. I wasn't the first to say it. The first time I met with Boris Johnson before he became the prime minister of this country, I spoke to him and I said to him I said, I know you're going to become the prime minister of this country. You're going to kick Theresa May out of office. I know you're going to make changes to the Commonwealth. I asked him, I said, if you guys don't want to run the Commonwealth the way it should be, we're talking about the new Commonwealth. If we can't do the Commonwealth, if we cannot have a Commonwealth, let's scrap it. Now, when I pushed for that, I got invited to the Marlborough House, okay, to meet with the Deputy Secretary General of the Commonwealth, then the lady from Kenya. After I met with her, she said to me, I've seen your passion. They are going to kill you in this place, in this organization. Now, why I left the Commonwealth is because I was pushing for an overhaul of the West African education. Right before my very eyes, they were drafting a policy to transfer to West Africa the educational system that was used in the UK 25 years ago. I stood up and I spoke and I said, far it be from me that I'll be on this table and allow this to happen. Basically, you want to train my people, you want to make my people to go through the system that when they are finished, there is no job for them. You basically want to train them for a job that doesn't exist. Now we have, take note, at these conferences, we have education ministers. They say absolutely nothing. At the end of the day, all they are waiting is that, okay, this is what they said that we're going to do.
Okay, Kennedy,
now,
sorry.
I'm up an organization to make a change for that. Currently, the organization that I run, working with over 70,000 young people from around the world, they all succeeded apart from the one in Nigeria. Whereas in Nigeria was where I decided to have a headquarters. In 2020, I set up a
Kennedy, we don't understand what you're saying. It's echoing.
All right, Kennedy, it's okay. Kennedy, we have to round up. Thank you. What I will do, Kennedy, I will invite you in another episode of this show, and we can talk about some of these issues. There are some important issues you are mentioning, so we'll talk about it when next you come on the show. Okay.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
And the call, please, about the apprenticeship system.
Okay, I will give you a call. Thank you. All right. Let's go to people we've not heard from. Thank you so much, Raphael. Welcome to. Okay, I will give you a call. Thank you. All right. Let's go to people we've not heard from. Can you, if you are not.
Yeah, there's an echo somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Raphael, go ahead. Where are you from? Where are you calling up? Where are you joining us from?
Okay, hi, doctor. Finally, we get to see face to face.
Yes.
Well, virtually.
Yeah.
But I'm in your local. I'm in your New York here. I've written to you before.
This New York guy. So this New York. All right.
Yeah.
So you are in the Big Apple.
Yes. I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I'm a podcaster.
Okay.
Navy veteran. A couple of things.
What's your podcast about?
It's an evolving podcast that began with me interviewing, trying to get the immigrant story.
I think I got an email from you. I think.
Yeah, a long time ago. No, thank God you admitted. I wasn't sure, but
I mean, I don't know if I responded to that. I don't know.
No, you didn't.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I was going to. I get plenty of notes, so I was going to write again. But I've always been a fan of your show.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Good.
I still love your show.
So how long have you? Are you from where?
I was born in Jos, but to Ijaw family.
Okay.
And
okay.
I lived in Benin City, Ibadan.
How long have you been here?
I moved to the United States 2007.
2007. Okay.
Yeah.
So you put in a little mileage.
Yeah, been everywhere.
Yeah. So do you think it paid off? Was it a good decision to move to the United States?
Yes, and yes. Well, if let's just say I was man don't know anything, but let's just say that man don't know anything because I'll just go to pidgin. Let me just switch to pidgin.
Yeah. We take it.
Back then, man, they think say it's a be the world. Like I was the person in my family who they always
don't open eye.
Yeah, they say I mean open eye pass. I mean they always come to say Minister of Foreign Affairs. Like Yahoo boys, but they try to recruit me back in the days for Sri Lanka when I try to get my visa because they say this guy is sabi to the happen for the world. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Yeah, Brooklyn can't open your eye.
Well, I just moved to Brooklyn, say 2014.
Okay.
Virginia, Texas.
Okay.
I did Bahrain when Arab Spring started.
Wow.
So I don't see many places. I
You
don't
don't
see
go around.
Waka.
Onyeko said it. I've been to many places, many countries.
I don't Waka Jibwe small.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't see like before and I may be the type of person where they go fight online. They go fight people. Say you shut up. Sabi what they talk, all that kind of thing. And I don't see with time. You can't start to say you don't sabi anything. So you just shut up. Just shut up, sit down, relax. Because now we even start this podcast stuff where they do. I don't person from Russia. I get one of my party way from Russia, in from a different part of Russia. Don't be now where Russia be bad people. Way before, that like way before pandemic, now I interview him. And what this guy they talk about where in from Russia, and I don't go in house before. The first time I see my papa picture, I said, "Oh boy, you sure say your papa from Russia?" He said, "No, my papa from Azerbaijan." I said, "You sure say your papa from Azerbaijan?" Because this man look like a person from Algeria. He said, "He don't hear that thing before." And when you start to meet people start to tell you these things. That they say the world not be black and white. But when you know Sabi, you go start to raise shoulder like this, na me.
But what thing happen where make you know say because they say we don't know how much we need to know before we know how little we know. What thing happen where make you say I know Sabi anything?
I think now when I've been there, when I first arrived for Bahrain or Bahrain, if you want to pronounce them properly. Now there I discovered say. That country, now small tiny island. Many people, if you look map, if you see them, except you look deep, you go see Bahrain for the map. And that place look like exactly what in Nigeria look like with lesser corruption. Because everywhere corrupt. Middle East, all Middle Eastern countries corrupt.
Brooklyn is also corrupt.
Where corruption no day. Who knows Sabino? When my big sister there, Amayeli been talk, say work hard. My auntie, sorry to disappoint you. The game is not about working hard, it's work smart. If you know the game, you have to work smart, then they'll be working hard. So people will know. And when I reached there, it just looked like say you land for Nigeria. So I was excelling there because I thought I was working for the military. My job was I was in procurement for the Navy. People gonna ask me, say, "Oh boy, you don't come here before? How come you sabi this place?" Would they drive like say they drive for Nigeria? Nigerians, the few Nigerians who did there, they don't tell people say they did there, but they were accepting Nigerian driver license. They were just like you get Nigerian degree, they put you in charge of Indians. This one they tell people. Because they sure Indians will get masters. Nigerian with bachelor degree was their boss.
Wow.
But this artist nobody know.
Are they still hiring people?
Ebola spoil everything for them. As soon as Ebola come, right? Hey, when I calm down. We don't want you.
because we might all move there now. If that is,
that place they spoil people. But me, when I come to walk out for street, I see one woman one day. I say, but that time I'll be single guy now, so but eyes they hot. Baby. One baby say, there's you don't ever hear of transgender women. I said, Middle East, not the Sharia law. Well, what? They say, but trans people, the Arab people like trans too now. I say, so people from Saudi Arabia will come here, have a good time, then go back to Saudi Arabia. Kuwait, same thing. What did that sound like? It sounds like Nigeria now. People from Sharia states go come, Southern state, have a good time, go back to their state. The same thing. So instead of put two and two together, Arab Spring, if they say they want Kimi, they for Kimi. But if they wasn't about, they weren't attacking foreigners. And yes, they have bad things going on there. They get that discrimination. But when you start to see everything, I couldn't look, say, what exactly I know about people? So I started to talk to them. Sometimes I go sit down with their taxi drivers. Because taxi drivers, everywhere where I don't go for this world, if you follow taxi drivers, talk. You just follow them. They go tell you secrets. So when I follow taxi drivers, sit down and say, hey, they say, assalamu alaikum. Just wait till I left from Nigeria from talking to Muslims. Assalamu alaikum. Now that thing I first saved my life. The day where I run into Shia protesters, that thing also saved my life. That greeting, assalamu alaikum. So I say, assalamu alaikum. They say, see that my brother, come. You drink tea? Which tea you want? I say, me now only Lipton I grew up with. Now Lipton I would they call tea. I grew up. I don't know, say other tea they serve for this life.
You mean other tea, like other tea?
Other tea. They bring this one a black tea, lemon tea. I say, hey, I beg, just put one tea. Don't give me too much hot. You go burn my tongue. But they start to talk. I say, why they talk like they're from Nigeria? This one they talk like say from Ghana. Why all of them they talk about all of them from Bahrain? This one from Egypt. They say, my brother, you sound like you're from Egypt. You from Egypt? I said, no. Yeah, you must be from Egypt. I couldn't look. Say, what exactly be the difference between all of us for this world? But if you don't know, you go to shout for online. You go to shout, say these people are bad people, 100%. But no, none of them were ever bad to me. But they had their beef with their government. They had their beef with their king. And the day where I ran into their large protesters, I'm not supposed to go there, but hey, as a guy man, I was always going where I'm not supposed to go. And now I go jam crowd of protesters, over 1,000 people. When the driver points me now, I say, now taxi are there inside. He point me, say, now the guy we hired the motor be this. Only with the road. Now the guys where they lead protest come meet me. As they come, I say, Assalamu alaikum, my brothers. Alaikum assalam. Say American? I say yes. American military? I say yes. Which one? Navy. Mashallah. I like Navy. I say, my guy, I like you too. Chop knuckle. Now we do that one. I say, but I'm trying to go somewhere. They say, but first of all, I want to say I like Obama. I say, oh my guy. I give my high five. Who don't like Obama for this world? But they say, but our king is not doing us good. Our king is treating the Shia people bad. And when you start to complain, you look their country, it sounds like the same way Igbo people get complained about mistreatment, the same way Ijaw people get complained about mistreatment. Every place there is some form of discrimination. But if you come there with the mindset, say, since this place they accept Nigerians, they treat Nigerians better than in Nigeria, so why should I care about who they suffer for here? Man, if me I come out for here, my pass, come out for road. When they just carry me through for gutter now, or carry me through for ocean, an island anyway, we're surrounded by the ocean. So I had to listen to them, and I listen to them, and I say, well, this will get valid points, but not me who will solve your problem right now. So I will try and get your complaint to Obama, even though I don't get Obama number, but I will text him. I beg, but I'm trying to go somewhere. They say, now they shout, the open pathway. My guy with this motor say, how do you know these people? Have you been here? I say, just talk to them like human beings. That's all. But after then, I stopped to do gra-gra, unnecessary gra-gra. I just couldn't. I just don't feel live with myself. I don't feel be anti-gay anymore. I just couldn't.
That was a point of epiphany for you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You see, I should learn this. If a podcaster comes on the show, that they can stay on for a long time.
Not be all, but some of us.
but thank you, Raf. So thank you so much. We are going to invite you again. I'll have to keep in touch with you so that we can talk more. And we have some things we can share. I like your podcast and the idea. Omayele, thank you. You've been with us quietly and listening, and I thank you because she is the first female to show up on this my show. So I appreciate that. I'm still thinking about the gift we are going to give her for being the first. But let me go to Beninus to round off for us. I know that he was here. Beninus. All right. So round up your experience abroad and what message? I mean, really, what if there are government officials who are watching or who will watch this in Nigeria? What is your message to them? Oh, hold on. I think you are muted. Hold on. Okay. All right. Go ahead. You can unmute yourself, Beninis. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Dr. Damages. But actually, I've been a fan of your show for many years now.
Thank you.
In fact, your show has been encouraging me since I moved to Europe because, I mean, it's really quite inspiring what you have been doing so far. And I think a lot of young people, both home and abroad, actually are following what you're doing. And it's having a very great impact in our life and whatever we are, trying to do. And actually, coming back to the question you raised, in I will just try to round up, more in a simple way. The only message actually I would like to send out there, especially to our government in Nigeria, which is more or less on the area of all the Nigerian embassies and consulates across the globe. I think it's time also that we should start actually giving importance to our citizenship abroad, because our citizens actually sometimes anything that happens to Nigerians living abroad, the embassies, the consulate don't do much to defend their citizens across the globe. And I think this is not really a very good message. I say we don't value our own citizens across the world. I think the diplomats or the ambassadors or the consulars we have across different countries should start actually giving in more importance and significance also to each Nigerian citizens across each country wherever they find themselves. Everything that happens to them should be followed up by the Nigerian embassies to give importance, to Nigeria. That is why most of the Nigerians actually they're not proud of being Nigerians in everywhere they find themselves. Not only Nigeria in particular, also most African countries is the same thing. And this is not as if we are sub-citizens of the world. For me, I really focus more on this topic, which is very, very important to be able to, change the narrative of our people living abroad. Sometimes we are dehumanized because our governments representing us here abroad are not doing what they're supposed to do.
Let me just stop you because I want to know: have you been to any Nigerian embassy in Europe, and how were you treated well?
Actually, I wouldn't say I haven't been to, because I know a lot of people who have, because I've worked.
How do you move around if you have not been to Nigeria? How long?
Yeah, because I'm not using Nigerian document. Yeah, exactly. So, and actually, I've worked with a lot of Nigerians, also those who are asking for asylum, because I work in the tribunal for 2 years and helping people actually as an interpreter and mediator, Italian and English, especially for those who are asking for asylum and international protections. So I work in that field, and I know what a lot of people, Nigerians, are passing through in terms of issue related to the consulate. And I know I'm pretty sure that most of the Nigerian embassy are doing great, but I think they should do more. This is what I'm trying to recommend, especially to give more importance to the Nigerian citizenship, representing their citizens abroad, be eager to work beyond what they have been doing before. Because as you see, if something happens to one, for example, an Italian person in Nigeria, the Italian government will be highly, involved to understand what is happening to their citizen. It's a way also to, attribute importance to citizenship. And I think African countries should start doing the same, so that our people will be proud of coming from those countries in Africa, in particular in Nigeria.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your input. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. And before I end, actually, I don't know. I would like to, because I had a lot of people write emails and you're not replying to them. I hope if I do write one, you can.
Well, it's not intentional. I can't help it, but yeah, please do. Best way to contact me is WhatsApp. Yeah.
But I don't even know which one is the right number of yours, because sometimes what circulates online might not be.
Okay, just send an email. Say you were on the show today. I will remember.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. All right, Raphael, let's talk, because I want to know your plan now. You can unmute yourself, Raph. Okay, so you've been here for a while. You have a family now. And do you have kids?
Yes, I have one. I think that's enough.
That's enough. One is enough. Okay.
If they pay me, I'll get another one.
If you keep Biden, he may likely pay you to get.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my man.
That's the man. All right. So what about home? When was the last time you went home?
That's a good question. Last time I went home was when that guy tried to blow up a plane in Chicago. That was 2009.
Chicago
10/10.
Okay, yeah. Mata, yeah, I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, do you think where are you going to retire?
Well, technically, some people will say I'm retired right now because
okay, you left the military.
I'm no longer in military, but
okay.
even though I left it a long time ago, but I'm not doing my podcast. I'm still building other stuff, but taking care of a child is that's a full-time job, man.
Yeah,
that's a full-time job.
Yeah,
I can't wait for that child to hit 18. Get out of the house. But yeah, but if I have a chance to retire now, if let's say I hit that lottery, that millions, or the sugar mama come from somewhere and adopt me, hey, I don't discriminate. My wife even knows that one. So my wife's from Germany, but I'll let her know.
Oh, from Germany, okay, because she doesn't speak English. Is it that why?
Oh, she's been in New York longer than I have.
Okay.
But
so are you hoping that one day you pack up everybody, your wife and your kids, and then go back to Nigeria? Or
no,
that's it.
No, I have Ghanaian blood. I can do Ghana if I want, but the truth is there are many countries in the world. I think Bahrain changed the game for me. It changed the game. I've seen they were, before if I hadn't been there, I was that type who would be shouting Sharia law. Man, I was there during the Ramadan. The only thing is you don't eat food from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I was living. I've never been free in my life. You don't even lock your door. Nobody broke into that. Nothing. The only people who I had to fear the most were the Nigerians and Americans. Those were the people who I had to fear the most. So no, there are more places in the world for me to go and explore and to go live in. And humans have always had the right to migrate, and that's how humanity has always ended up in different places, either forced or by choice. So I don't think I will want to. It's not by force for me to go back to Nigeria. Yeah, I get the emotional attachment and all that, but I don't know if I want to. But if my daughter wants to, when she gets old, hey, good luck to her. She has the John name. Bye-bye. Go. I raised her to be independent. She can go do her thing. If my wife wants to,
what about your siblings?
My elder sister, she's in Yenagoa right now. She works for the government, but she's very religious, so we don't really talk. So I didn't become the pastor she wanted me to become. So
I wish my okay. Anyway, next time we will talk about religion. We really have to pick up on that topic because it's a major line of the division between Nigerians at home and abroad. So okay, when you don't talk, so you don't have friends you miss and
I have friends, but who said that earlier? Somebody said that earlier about struggling to communicate with people that she left back home, and there's a level of awareness that you attain, and when you come into that awareness, it's difficult to have certain conversations. So I'm not the type of person who would say, oh, just because you were my boy when we were 15, when we were 12, 13, 14, 15, if you want to keep being a bigot, keep having some views that we're all doing that when we didn't know anything, still have it, keep those views. We are almost 40 now, but you still want to keep. I'm like, bro, I will correct you, but if I have to keep doing that for like 5 years in a row, it gets tiring. I've lost all my hair. What more do I need to lose again?
Hold on. Let me get a view of Omayele about this issue of I'm thinking about families and we can separate ourselves and say, okay, we have our nuclear family, our kids, but what about cousins? How is for instance your kid? Yeah, let me come to you. You have yeah. I want to hear your view. Are they connected to their cousins, or does it not matter? I mean, cousins are home. Does it not?
Not really. On the internet, yes, maybe they exchange, but they've not really met them physically, but they exchange messages on the internet. Yeah, but the cousins that are here, they have relationship with them.
Okay. So yeah, because that's also part of we may think that we build new relationships, but sometimes it's not complete. This is something that we had when we were growing up, but then our children are not going to have it because of the circumstance, and it's also important in forming the complete person. Anyway, but in general, this is we're not the first. You're right. We are not the first. I like what Raf is saying. We are not the first people to leave a place, and no matter how we dream about it, how we dream about going back, we may not eventually go back to live there full time. I used to see in if you go everywhere in America, old America, you see Italian cultural center, all these old cultural centers that they built when they came. But today, most of them are too old. The people that built it, the same way you have Igbo house in New York. When they get too old, the people that built it, their children are already Americans. They don't have that attachment. So the building will now be taken over by Redeemed Christian Church or whatever church. 10 years from now, we take it over and turn it into a church. The old Italians who contributed money, taxed themselves like we are doing today, have either died off or they are in the retirement home or they are in a nursing home. And that's the story. And the other ones will become mayors and police officers and just be Americans. You know, they won't speak Italian, they won't speak German, whatever they wear. You know, so it's interesting. So Raf, unmute yourself. Okay.
Yeah, you just reminded me of something I found out from the Brooklyn Public Library podcast. They did a mini series on the history of Brooklyn, and they covered different eras. And the Finnish community contributed to the architecture of Brooklyn and New York in general. And there's a certain design to the houses that the first Finnish immigrants had for the houses that none of them live in those houses today, just like with the Italian example that you gave. And that's what just popped up in my head. And and there's so many examples. It's kind of like with Chinatown losing a lot of, you don't find a lot of Chinese people in Chinatown today, thanks to gentrification. And a lot of times when people use that word gentrification, we only assume only white people that are moving in there. And one day a friend corrected me and said, black would gentrify too. Like I'm a gentrifier in Brooklyn. And I said, oh yeah, I never thought of it that way. So yes, it's part of life, and it's that circle. But when it comes to cousins, my family had been traveling for a long time. So it started with my grandfather during the colonial era. He left what is now Bayelsa. He was a police officer for the Royal Police, and he ended up in Ghana. I don't know how Ijo and Ghanaians have always had that connection. And being a Rolling Stone that he was, I don't know if he was tossing the coin, but when one wife, he has one child, one wife, another wife comes in, and by the time he died, which was not a surprise, he had like 10 wives. Because I mean, how you gonna maintain 10 women?
So you're not doing well. You're not doing well, really.
I'm not doing well. No, I failed the exam by that man's standard.
Because by his standard, your grandfather.
I failed because you add 16 years. I'm just turning 40 in May. By the time he was 40, that man already had like 7, 8 children. Like I only have one.
What are we going to do to you?
He also had hair too, so I don't know how that worked. So, but by the time of his death in Ghana, the women who were Ghanaian women, Ghana has a certain type of matrimonial system where the women own the children. So some of those children stayed with their mothers when the after Ghana Must Go happened in Nigeria, and the retaliation in Ghana happened. So the Nigerians returned back to Nigeria. So my Ghanaian, that's how the Ghanaian family branch began. And one of my uncles became a major general in the Ghanaian army who released Rawlings when Rawlings was locked up. He was the guy who led that mission to go release Rawlings. Wow. I will find out later on because Rawlings tried to kill him. So he's now in Netherlands. And then I have another one in England, and they all have children. So that's how I started having cousins everywhere. Wow. So I was like, I'm the perfect guy to go into crime. Because if I had gone into crime, I had places I would have been hiding around the world. And then I'm the guy who was like, oh, I don't want to commit crime. Because when those Yahoo boys were coming to me, I was like, no, I don't want to do Yahoo. I don't want to do Yahoo. I didn't know I had cousins everywhere. I was like, I could have been Hush Puppy before Hush Puppy. So I was after Facebook. I started getting cousins sending me messages. Are you my cousin? We have the same name. I said, like, so you know, people are come the internet, this internet thing, you know. So
let's look at this comment from somebody called Show. He or she said, I really feel that people like me who were born outside of Nigeria won't have that pool of home, and it will be even worse, even for once we have kids. So that's that. Let me, you know, this is something that we feel. Some of us still feel that push. To pull to come back home or about home. The children born here obviously will not have that. That's what they're expecting it, right? And we know that. And then their own children won't, obviously may not even know. They will just say that their grandfather or their grandmother came from Nigeria, which Italians here say that today. But are we okay with that as the end of the story?
For me, yes. I really don't have anything right now to offer them for them to like home. You know, they are going. My daughters are going. They, you know, the pandemic stopped them, but they were going at least twice a year.
Okay.
They do business in Ghana. You know, they are trying to be an African, but if they have to go to Africa, I don't think they are staying in Nigeria.
All right, so we have like 2 minutes left for the show. I will have to end it, but I wanted to say, you know, like I thought about this going home and these things changing. What if there is a nuclear war, and Putin decided and the West, they decided to, you know, throw nuclear weapons around, and Africa is the safest place to be.
I don't know if it'll be the safest place.
Because nobody's dropping nuclear weapon on Africa. Who cares about it?
Well, the wind will still blow. Well, you have
all of us
Chagos Island.
Looking for way. How do we get back to Africa?
Well, yes, there's that. But as a military guy, I was in logistics. I kind of know certain places like Chagos Island. That's what Britain used for testing some weapons. So I don't know what is there officially. But let's just say it's not as safe as people think it is.
No. But if you look at it, the mutual assured destruction is saying that American missiles will go to Russia, and Russian
missiles will come this
way,
here
and go to maybe Europe, and you know. So Africa will be left alone, and that may be the beginning of the African Renaissance. Or something.
Yeah, but if Chagos Island is right next to it's African, you know, it's part of Mauritius. So if they kept something there, that means missile will take off from there, and then the missile will come that way too. So I'm not trying to dampen anybody's dream, but I'm just saying, hey, I'm just let you know, if there's one place that they'll put a missile, there might be 2 or 3 more. So just. You know, maybe people might want to look into it, but for me, it's just to go underground bunker. There's underground bunker. I trust underground bunkers here.
Oh, okay. you know where they are?
I saw one. The old house, the old buildings. You know, in the 50s and 40s and 50s, they were preparing for nuclear war. So the old buildings. I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it. I was just walking past the building the other day, and I saw.
So if it starts, I can knock on someone's door and say, "This building, do you have?"
I don't think you have time to even knock on somebody. Just go. Just go. Grab what you need. Go underground bunker. What you feel is okay, come out, you know, and go to the nearest African store, get your Uncle Ben's rice, this Maxi or whichever one.
But there might not be gas in the house if that happens. There might not be gas and light, and how do you cook that rice?
Firewood now.
Firewood. I don't have matches at home. How do we make fire?
You go do the stone now.
we need to practice.
It's always in here. This skill, it never dies.
Ralph, thank you so much. Omayele, thank you so much for joining and hanging out. I will think of something that we have to give you for being the first female to join our show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we do this again on Saturday. Saturday we will have another conversation with people, and then Saturdays and Wednesdays. And if you're watching and you can't join, but you want to leave a message, just do an audio, a video of yourself, 1 minute video about any topic. We play it on the show. So we are developing this. This is your show. We want to get people to say what's on their mind and what's keeping them up at night. But for everybody that joined us, all of you from everywhere in the world, thank you so much. And we'll see you again on Saturday.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
An estate located within Beechwood Estate, Lakue, Lagos. He feeds the gods with agege bread and Melinda drink. He goes home and feeds his family with the rams of these wretched souls. He covers their body with dusting powder. He covers our eyes with his display of Iberiberism. He is, after all, Unyozi Jesus of Mbo. Oh, on a serious note, I cried watching this. For so long, I've made fun of the joke that this man has been. I've considered his antics mere entertainment. But today, something struck me. I just realized that it is much more than entertainment. While some of us are laughing at his foolishness, many more of us are trapped under his spell. Yes, there are many of us with compromised emotional intelligence. Many of us do not have the courage to be strong in the face of hardship. These are our brothers and sisters. These are our children that we are unintentionally feeding to this hyena. And there are many like him all around us. If we learn something from him, it is that there are always 5% of people who will buy whatever it is that you are selling. 5%. And 5% is a lot of people. We owe it to our society to save them from themselves. If there is anything that COVID-19 has taught the world, it is that if we allow 5% of any population to be infected by disease or by stupidity, we will all pay the price. The stupidity that we allow to blossom will eventually sweep us off our ivory towers. The perfect residence is an estate located within Beechwood Estate, Lakue, Lagos. The estate has 24-hour light, 24-hour security, and 24-hour water supply, an artificial lake, good drainage, and a central sewage system.